Kia ora koutou. The level of income is one of the most important contributors to people's life satisfaction and overall well-being. So that means looking at the changes in people's incomes, especially those on lower incomes, is an important part of our State of the Nation report. Having a job and the level of wages people earn determines the level of income for most people. And in 2022, we saw plenty of jobs available. The number of people in employment rose and the proportion of the population in the workforce remained high, despite the continuing pressures of the pandemic and rising costs. As a result, there were fewer people without a job. The unemployment rate remained around record lows throughout the year, but that still means some groups are finding it harder to find paid work. Pacific and Māori workers experience unemployment rates that are still more than double that of Asian and European workers. The unemployment rate for young people aged 15 to 24 years is decreasing, but it's still more than double the overall unemployment rate. In total, there are over 190,000 people who are jobless, who are looking for work or would like to have a job but cannot find one. This number is lower than it was before the COVID pandemic in 2019, but it's still a lot of people wanting work. Wages have been increasing in 2022, but rising inflation means limited gains in what you can actually buy with that additional income. Our economy has also continued to grow, meaning as a whole, our nation has more income to share out. But how we share that income did not change much. Overall, income inequality reduced only slightly, and our country is still much more unequal than a generation ago. The gender wage gap is unchanged. On an hourly basis, women earn on average about 9% less than men, and this hasn't changed much in the past 5 to 10 years. Pacific women experienced an even larger pay gap at 25% compared to European men. For those who aren't in paid work, the welfare support system determines whether their incomes are enough to live with dignity. There are about 14,000 fewer people needing income support at the end of 2022 compared to the previous year. Although the total number at 354,000 is still about 45,000 more than pre-COVID in 2019. Increases in welfare benefits from April 2022 helped low-income households as they faced rising living costs. Since then, inflation has increased further and remained high at the end of the year, putting further pressure on household budgets. The total amount the government paid out in hardship grants to people needing support during 2022 increased, no doubt to try and meet those rising living costs. During 2022, there were some positive signs that hardship may be reducing. Fewer families with children reported not having enough food in the annual New Zealand Health Survey. That's continuing a trend of the last few years. And the total number of food parcels provided by our own Salvation Army food banks during the year to December 2022 was less than in 2021. But at the end of the year, numbers began rising again amid signs of increasing need.